Yeah, it's Prezi.
Perfect.
Yeah. I know we taking a dub, cause I've been dying to win. We champions, we champions. Eyes on the prize, cause I know that it is mine to win. We champions, we champions. I know we taking a dub, cause I've been dying to win.
Hi everybody, my name is Brad Kunz, and for those of you that don't know, I am currently doing a YouTube channel called My Wife Put the Boys to Bed, and I do a lot of things on there in many aspects of life, looking to help people out. And one thing I was doing was interviewing college coaches on Fridays, football Fridays, to kind of let them kind of spread the word of what they want to see from athletes going into the summer that may have no camps, and there may be kids that need to be evaluated. There may be kids that are right there on the bubble. They need to see one more time. I was trying to get them to kind of give information to coaches so that those coaches could help their athletes get recruited. That's a big thing for me and my program. And if you're watching this, you're probably an offensive lineman and somebody that wants to go on and play at the college level, and that's great. A little bit of background about me. I grew up in a very small town in southern Illinois called Carlisle, and we were a small school, and we were a run first team, and we were, like I said, we had like 24 or 5 kids on varsity. I had an awesome O-line coach named Rob Funderburg who pushed me every day to the limit and showed me I could do more than I was capable of. From there, I went and played at the University of Miami, all right, where I unfortunately was a backup my entire 5 years to guys like Eric Winston, who's the current president of the NFLPA, Bryant McKinney, Vernon Carey, all right, Chris Myers, Brett Romberg, Joaquin Gonzalez, all these guys that were draft picks and played the NFL for multiple years and maybe on multiple teams as well. Those are the guys that I was with, and I'm not like ashamed to be a backup because I won a national championship 2001. I played under one of the best O-line coaches in the world, Art Kehoe, and besides Coach Kehoe, Mario Cristobal, head coach of Oregon, was a GA, all right? Frank Joffrey, who is the O-line coach at UConn, was a GA there at the time, all right? We had other guys that were really strong GAs. Obviously worked with Rob Chudzinski, who was our offensive coordinator, and Dan Werner, and a lot of guys that were important to my development, especially blocking wise. And so from there I went on and tried to play professionally. I was injured. I wasn't able to make an NFL roster coming out. In fact, I got injured at my very first workout with the Dolphins. Couldn't go to any of my other workouts. So I played professionally in indoor arena ball in the CFL. Dan DeRazio, one of the best O-line coaches in the CFL. I got to play for him. I also was able to spend a long time with Tony Marciano, who was a former Texans line coach and coached all over. He's now an athletic director in Texas, but he was a great guy to learn from for a long period of time. With all that being said, I don't want to bore you. I want to get to the drills. But I am doing this today through the eyes of a high school head coach, okay? I am not here to try to argue about technique or should we do this or should we do that. Every coach has their opinion on how things should be done, and that's okay, all right? My philosophy is really different because I believe that every single person on your O-line is going to be different. I think that every person is going to have different technique that's going to make them successful. And I think as a coach, if I'm an O-line coach, I'm trying to get out of the way of the athlete who's trying to improve and figure out what it is that they can do well and try to coach that. Because I've been through 16 different O-line coaches who have coached me from one time or another, and they all have different theories, okay, on stance, different theories on hand placement. How do I hold my hands, okay? All of them are different. All of them work. What's important is that you contact your coach and understand what you are doing. Okay, so what you need to be doing. All right, so when I do these drills, make sure you have your coach watch them, you have your coach sign off on, yes, this is what we want to do. But I'm going to do a bunch of drills you can do in your house in a room where there's not a lot of space, and you're going to get a lot of positivity from it. All right, so I appreciate you guys checking this out, and I'm sorry I spent 5 minutes on the intro, but I promise you this is going to be a great experience for you, and hopefully something you can use. All right, guys, so here I am in my stance, and I'm getting extra low so I can be on the video here, okay? Even in college, when we show up that first day, that first week, all right, even throughout the season, we are going to work on stance and steps, okay? And so that's where we're gonna start today. The important thing you need to do is make sure you understand what your coach wants for your stance, and you understand the first steps necessary to be successful in your offense. All right, what I'm going to go through today are the steps that Coach Kehoe used at Miami, all right, that I use quite often today, and I'm going to teach you a routine you can do that's real simple. Okay, so we had 5 steps. All right, here's how they're going to work. Okay, so we're going to go 1 foot, and I'm stepping with my left foot. I'm in a left tackle stance, all right? The fats of my forearm are on my thigh, okay? My left hand's back right here, and there are a million people that do this differently. This is the way I did it, all right? Shoulders back so I can see, my head's up, okay? And I'm stepping with my left foot. The first step's gonna be a 6-inch lead step, okay? My foot, and I know you can't see my face right now, my foot is going ahead, forward, straight ahead, 6-inch lead step. Okay, if I was stepping with my right foot, it'd be 6 inches ahead forward here. Okay, now one thing I'm doing is I'm doing all of this barefoot. As an athlete, one of the things that you can do that will help you more than anything is work barefoot when you have a chance, because it'll strengthen some muscles in your ankles and in your feet. If you can see, I'm on a yoga mat. This will help you in the long run. Okay, make sure that you give yourself a chance to work barefoot, all right? So, if I'm going right foot, 6-inch step forward right here, okay? 6-inch step forward right here, all right? The next one is going to be a down step, okay? So I am, at left tackle, I am stepping down towards the 3 technique, okay? My foot's gonna go at a 45-degree angle, 6 inches in that direction. My body's gonna follow. It's gonna be bam, right here, okay? Now there are a lot of theories as to what you wanna do with your hands on this, okay? Again, ask your coach how he wants you to do your hands, all right? I personally, I like on that first step, kind of gathering a little bit, and on my second step, engaging. Because once that second foot hits the ground, you want to be in on the guy. Okay? The first step's important for direction. The second step's important for success. Because if you get that second foot in the ground, you got a chance. All right? He can't toss you. So again, step 1, lead step. Step 2, down step. All right? Third step, we're going to go zone step. Our zone step, if I'm with my right foot here, okay, I am stepping inward. My foot is staying pointed straight ahead. I'm going at a 45-degree angle, okay? So I'm going from here to here, real quick, all right? I'll back up so you can see that a little better, okay? 45 degrees, all right? Down step was pointed in that direction. Zone step, still straight ahead, okay? So those are our first 3, okay? Lead, down, zone, all right? Our next one is going to be a pull step. If I'm playing left tackle, we are running GT to the right, okay? There are many ways to do this. Ask your coach how you guys pull, okay? I'm gonna first show you the O pull. O pull. I'm going to throw my elbow and gain ground going in that direction, all right? My foot's going right here. My shoulders are turned down the line. My elbows thrown back. And this arm's ripping through. And I'm running. Okay? If you are a skip pull team, all right, your first step is going to be with this outside leg gaining ground behind you. Okay? All right, so you would be getting out and being athletic in that nature. All right? So those are 4 of the steps. And the last one, all right, is going to be a pass set. Okay? And since you are, since we're in a left tackle stance, okay, and we're working on the right foot, it's going to be a power step. So I'm going to be here, and okay, you can see my hands are ready to go, and I'm stepping and planting, all right? If we were to go left, 1 kick, okay? And so how I would do that is I would find out the 5 steps that you need, okay? The 5 steps your coach wants you to do. Then rep it, okay? Go all right foot 1 step. So lead, down, zone, pull, pass. All 5 of those, okay? Then go all 1 step left foot. Go all 2 step right foot, all 2 step left foot. Then, depending on how much room you have, try to go 5 steps, okay? I hope this is helpful, all right? It's a drill that in college we did all the time, all right? So I would recommend using this one, okay? Okay, so the next thing we're going to go into is called a fit series, okay? It's going to include a drill called fit and finish. It's going to include a drill called step and fit, all right? And then we are going to step and fit and finish, okay? This is something that I've always been able to do with a partner when it comes to real life practice, but you are home alone, quarantined, and you don't have anybody to help you right now, okay? First thing, make sure you ask your parents' permission in order to use furniture in the house that we're going to use today, all right? I'm fortunate that my wife is also a teacher, and she's in collecting her classroom today. So I'm going to use this chair, okay? So I'm fortunate I have tall chairs, but I don't need tall chairs necessarily. You could use a lower chair, but the main thing is getting the work in. Now, we talked about different, I'll move this over sideways real quick so you can see it. I moved my mat so that I have a track, a diagonal track here, so you can see better, all right? Just kind of want to point that out. But we are going to fit into this chair like it is a defender, okay? We're going to focus on getting our hips low, okay, with good knee bend, all right? I know there's a lot of debate out there about lowness right now, okay? I'm not looking to get into that debate, but I'm going to focus on my knee bend, okay, on my hips, all right, and getting fitted in with my hands into the chair, which would be the defender, okay? And so I'm going to get in here and I'm going to overemphasize it a little bit, and I'm going to get low, all right? My head is up, my eyes are up, okay? You can see my back is flat, my elbows are in, and my weight is on the insteps of my feet, all right? Coach Kehoe always had a term that he used called positive shin angles. And when we talked about positive shin angles, a lot of time you think positive moving forward. Okay, positive shin angles are moving inward because that is creating power. All right, when you have all that weight on the insteps of your foot, that's where your power is. Okay, you know, that was also something big that Tony Marciano, whenever he coached me, he talked about, I think it was Bruce Matthews, who he said that he would see him in the store and he would be pushing a shopping cart and his knees would still kind of be in a positive shin angle because that's where your power is. But I'm going to get fitted in, okay? I'm going to get fitted in, flat back, elbows in, okay, a forward lean. I'm fortunate my chair can help me with this, all right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the back of the mat here, okay? And I'm gonna get fitted in like you just saw, but then, okay, in my mind, there's gonna be a mental whistle. I'm gonna take off with control, holding the chair, taking my steps, okay? So I'm gonna get fitted in and give myself a little bit more space, okay? I'm gonna get fitted on the chair, all right? I have positive shin angles, my eyes are up, my elbows are in. We say, set, go. Okay? You notice my feet are engaging into the ground. I'm in control, okay? This is almost better than having somebody to lean on because my core is engaged as my arms are engaged, trying to keep my balance, all right? So I'll do that one more time. This time I'll lead with the opposite foot. Say, go. Okay? Now it's not perfect because nothing's perfect right now, but hopefully this is something that you can do with a chair. Now that was the fit and finish, okay? This is the step and fit, sorry. We're gonna start in our stance. We're gonna step into it and fit, all right? Almost like in a zone setting, inside zone here, all right? So my chair is on my outside shoulder, okay? I'm in a left-handed stance here as a left tackle, and all I'm gonna do is say, go. I'm gonna get in on the chair, flat back, get to that position I was just in, okay? This is something that we had the fit series, fit and finish. We had a yo-yo drill for like the first 2 or 3 years I was in Miami. And then we added this in. And it was a game changer with our zone system because Alex Gibbs had come down and personally taught our inside zone a little bit. We brought him in as a consultant one of my years, and it was phenomenal. And Coach Kehoe just ran with it, man. He did a phenomenal job with it. So again, step and fit. I'm right here, the chair's right there. Say, go, bam, right there, okay? Not everybody likes the elbows back, that's fine. Find out what it is. If you are a step, if you are a high leg team, okay, or a power team that uses the forearm, all right, you can also do a Stanford type drill here, okay, where, all right, I'm gonna step back foot and get up into the chair. Now, obviously, you're not gonna take the chair with you, but you can get fitted in, okay? So, full speed, what that would look like. All right, I know there are teams like Cincinnati does this. I know Stanford does this, or at least they used to. This is something I did when I coached at Plano. I'm not at Plainfield East, okay? So, we are here, and it's bam, right there, okay? Trying to get that forearm. Okay, did it at BC Lions. All right, did a lot of different things with a Crowder sled. So that is step and fit. We just did fit and finish. Now we're gonna finish with step and fit and finish, which is just putting the two things together. All right, I'm gonna be in my stance. Let me give myself some room. Okay, and maybe it's better if you don't give yourself some room. Make yourself uncomfortable, but giving myself some room. Say, go. Okay, and there you have the fit series, something you can do at home. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is called TUNCH'S punches. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do TUNCH'S punches. You can look them up online, do that. Today we're gonna focus on 3 different ways of doing TUNCH'S punches, but one thing I'm gonna do extra since I'm by myself and I'm trying to challenge myself, I'm going to use a couch cushion, all right? And I'm gonna do my punches so that I am keeping the couch cushion on the wall without letting it fall. Okay, it adds a little extra to it. I actually just came up with this right now. I'm sure people out there do this, but it's just an idea I had since we're stuck at home, okay? But TUNCH'S punches is a rhythm, it's a cadence that you get in with your punches to teach muscle memory on your punches. Okay, something that Coach Kehoe is big on. We did it all the time, and it really does help your punch. If you haven't punched before, you know, as an O-lineman, as especially a young O-lineman, okay? There are a lot of ways you can do it. When you start off, you want to use 2 hands, okay? And I've heard so many different things. There are people that teach punching, keeping your hands low so the defense can't get to them, and then reaching out, okay? There are people that will teach you to punch quick right away, and then reset, and then punch again, okay? Tony Marciano, he taught me this. It really helped me when I went to the CFL, okay? When I came up, my hands were right here, and the torque from my wrist turning allowed me to do almost a 4 to 6 inch punch and feel like I'm doing a full punch. So I was right here and it was bam, bam, okay? So there are a lot of different ways to punch. Find out what your coach wants you to do, all right? As for today, I'm gonna demonstrate the drill the best way that I can, all right? The other thing this works on, okay? You don't hear it as much anymore, but it's still a thing, but I think everybody just knows about it, so it's not talked about. Knee bend, okay? Being a knee bender. Get as low as you can on this drill. Overemphasize it. Get comfortable with sitting low, all right? It'll help you. Not that you have to play this low in real life, okay? All right, you're playing offensive line, you're not playing catcher, okay? But sit as low as you can and try to work on that strength. When I did this training with Tony Marciano, okay, they had like a video camera and they did this thing where it was an angle that showed my knee angle, and I improved immensely over those 6 to 8 weeks I was with Tony, and it made a big difference when I went to the CFL, okay? So the 3 punches we're gonna do today. First one's just gonna be a steady punch, okay? The second one's gonna be up and down, and the third one's gonna be drive the bus, okay? Like I said before, if you are starting off with punching, use 2 hands, okay? Work on getting both hands there, all right? When you become an expert, okay, you're gonna learn that this outside hand, if you're a left tackle, this outside hand's more of a shield, and your right hand's more of a sword. So you're gonna fight them off, but this is the dagger. When you get that hand in there, you've won. You can pass block and just ride them all over the place like you're riding in your car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit low. Sorry that my back's to you. I am filming with an iPad that is propped up on my kid's dinosaur with a stuffed dog holding it in place. Okay, that's my budget right now. So I'm gonna sit low. Okay, so you can see I'm putting the pad up on the wall. All right, I'm gonna start low, and I'm gonna do, since I'm by myself, I might not necessarily have a timer. I'm gonna do 20 punches, okay? Let's see if I can hold it up. Ready to go. Okay, as you can see, that's kind of hard. That's good, okay? Let me try it again. Ready to go. Okay, I lost count. But that was intense, man. All right, next what I'm gonna do is up, down. It might not work as well on this. I might have to go to plan B, but I'm gonna stick with it, see what happens, okay? I'm gonna go up, down on this. All right, ready? Okay, that actually helped once I did that. So try to keep the pad with you, all right? And use that for your punches, okay? Last one, we're gonna drive the bus. I'll be right here. One hand up, one hand down. Okay? If you do have somebody with you, or you do have a timer, do 30 seconds of each one. Just do one of each, and that's your day punching, okay? Got it? Okay guys, next thing we're gonna work on, as a tackle or any offensive line position, it's gonna be extremely important to have balance and to be able to react with your hands, okay? When you punch, you're not just punching at something, okay? You are looking for a specific landmark on that defender that you want to engage upon. And whenever I was playing arena football for the Florida Firecats, my O-line coach, Victor Hall, great player in the Arena League, great dude. He was in the movie Waterboy as one of the football guys in the movie. Pretty awesome, check it out. But one thing he used to always talk about was pinching the inside chest of the defender. So if I'm lined up at left tackle, I'm looking out at my defensive end, my eyes were always on the armpit to chest plate of the defender, okay? And so that's what I'm kind of representing here with this ball today, okay? Now when I pick this ball, you don't want something that's going to bounce all over the place. You don't want something that's going to ruin your drill because you can't catch it, okay? This is one of my kids' toy basketballs that is pretty flat, but it's gonna bounce enough that I can do what I want, all right? And so what we're gonna do is a balance drill, and it's gonna be a throw and catch drill, and the catch is representing reacting to, all right, the defensive end gave an outside move, and they're coming back inside. And my hand is gonna go up, it's gonna catch the ball, just like it would have caught the defender. I am not moving my feet right now, although you definitely could. I'm working on balance, keeping my weight on my front leg, all right? Sitting back with my shoulders and catching the ball. So here, I'll get in my stance. I moved my puppy and my dinosaur, as you can see, okay? So I just kicked, all right? And you might have a lot of different positions, okay? I'm almost 40 years old, and even though I just lost a ton of weight, I'm still a heavy dude. I don't have the best knee bend anymore. Okay, but I'm gonna demonstrate this the best I can. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little bit of an inside lean. All right, I've got my ball here, I've got my hands up. Okay, again, like I talked about before, working independently. My outside hand is my shield. Okay, if I'm a knight fighting, I got my shield and I got my sword. My inside hand is my sword. So I'm gonna line up here and I'm gonna throw it off the wall and catch it. Okay, and I'm gonna try to stay low, stay in my stance, react to it, okay? I can feel my legs burning, getting a good burn, all right? My shoulders are pretty square still to the line, okay? But all my weight's on my front leg, my back toe's up, my feet are slipping a little bit on the carpet, but that's okay. And this simple drill, just focusing your eyes on something and letting your hands get to it is a big deal. You can throw it, okay, a lot of different ways, but that's what you're wanting to do. If you want to work outside hand, okay, you can work your outside hand as well. Keeping this hand up though, all right? So that is just a drill of balancing in after your first kick, balancing so that you can find a target and strike it or catch it if worst case scenario. Okay, so one term that Coach Kehoe always used that I really like, okay, when we were pass blocking, if you're moving back, it's a kick, okay, a lot of people use that. And if you are protecting the inside, taking a step, it's called a power. And it was called a power because you want to be powerful with it, all right? You don't want to be really fast but not have good form, not have good technique, and not have something there if they're trying to inside bull rush you, okay? Maybe they set you up with an outside move and they come inside shoulder. So one thing we're gonna do is work on the power, all right, is using a step, okay? You can see I have a short step here, all right? We're gonna power up onto the step. So, like I said before, I don't necessarily have the best equipment right now for this, but I'm a left tackle, okay? And let's say that I've kick slid, and I'm in my spot here, all right? I'm gonna power across, okay? I'm gonna step up onto the step, down step, up, okay? That's something you can use to keep your balance, to keep that power in there, okay? Moving up the step, all right? It helps your balance more than anything, because what happens is when a defender makes a move, there's so many things they can do. Keep your eyes on your target, be patient. But this is one thing you can do to just be quick with your step, okay? All right, so the next thing I'm gonna show you is something that I heavily struggled with until I figured out. And it might have been Tony Marciano that taught me this. I think Coach Kehoe taught me this, but I didn't pick it up right away because I didn't trust my strength. We used to have my freshman year was the last year that freshmen came in a week before everybody else and got to practice. And we got caught up on things. And so when we came into that first practice, we were going live against guys that are 4th, 5th year seniors. And I was coming from Carlisle, Illinois, never really having to pass block a D1 defensive end. And I remember lining up in one-on-ones against Jamal Green. We called Jamal Green Chief. He was the fiercest defensive end I ever lined up against. He played for the Eagles for a little bit. Just a great guy. But I remember my first rep against him. I kicked back at tackle, and he bull rushed me so hard that he literally lifted me off the ground and put me on my back. Okay? It was embarrassing. And it was something that stuck in my head because I didn't know how to defeat it. And today we're going to work on what I call the Fred Flintstone technique. But you're going to slam your feet into the ground. Okay, you're going to be hop and slam, hop and slam, and the weight's going to be on the insteps of your feet. Okay, you're going to sit, you're going to hop. Okay, and then if you're getting bull rushed where you are getting destroyed, the last case scenario is it's sit, hop, chop. You're just going to roll and try to stop him by cutting him. Okay, but today we're not going to worry about that. Today we're going to work on the sit and the hop. Okay, so I'm going to use our couch cushion again. Okay, I'm going to bring it to the wall. All right, I am going to get as close to the wall as I can. Okay, I'm going to be using my own push-up on my arms as my bull rush. All right, and I'm going to keep my feet square for this one. Okay, just for demonstration purposes. You can adjust your feet, but I'm going to lean into it, and then when I push, I'm slamming my feet into the ground. Okay, you can see my calves really engaged into the ground. All right, so I'm leaning in. That's going to help you. Okay, if I had somebody there pushing me, okay, it might look like that. It might be 2 hops. It might be 3 hops. But what I want to get is that initial impact, okay? So right here, I would be getting the impact and slamming my feet back. All right? And I'm just using my own push off the wall as the bull rush, okay? And if I'm doing this, I might do like 3 sets of 10, little break in between, but just get used to that slamming on the brakes like what Fred Flintstone used to do in the cars, all right? When he would slam on the brakes, all right? Okay guys, so the next drill we're gonna do, I'm gonna utilize an ottoman. Okay, I could have also used the chair I used earlier, just depending on the size of the square you wanna use. But this is a drill Tony Marciano had me do all the time because, again, my biggest weakness was my hamstring strength. My biggest weakness was my ability to stay low, all right, in a bull rush. And I would be too high, and I'd be so vulnerable to a bull rush that it didn't matter if I had the longest arms in our draft class, okay? It didn't matter that I could, I had a 35 in my Wonderlick. It didn't matter that I ran a sub 4.5, 5.10.5 shuttle, okay? I could not handle a bull rush, and so we worked and worked and worked on it. And so this drill is called the square drill. You're gonna get into your normal stance, whatever position you are, guard or tackle, and you're gonna go around the square with patience, Okay, the reason we're doing this is for patience. All right, you are going to create a rhythm in your head, and you are going to try to hold your stance all the way around it patiently. Okay, you are not trying to get around it quickly. You are trying to get around it taking as many steps as possible. All right, you're not in a hurry. Okay, and I'm going to be in a little bit more of a hurry today than what you should probably be. But again, I'm almost 40, and I don't have a lot of knee bend left in me. Okay, I'm fortunate that I do DDP yoga, and that's helped me a ton. All right, I've lost 93 pounds since New Year's, and that's helped me. Okay, but I'm still not ready to just come out here and demonstrate full go. So I'm gonna be in my left tackle stance. Okay, and as you can see here, I'm going to have it so that my ottoman is going longer than it is wide. I'm going to be in front of it, okay? And I'm going to start out on the left side, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be low, and I'm going to sit, hands up, okay? And I'm just going to take tiny kicks, in that rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. It's like the me parade on your Wii, okay? Thump, 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 thump. And I'm gonna step up, okay? And when I get to the front here, all right, I'm gonna swing this left leg over, and I'm gonna go lateral, okay? And then I'm gonna turn and face. Okay, my quads are burning after that. There are a lot of different variations you can do with this. There are a lot of different hand placement and different things you can do. But again, I just use my ottoman. I'm at home, all right? Hopefully there's something you can do as well. Okay, so my next drill that we're gonna do is working on the backside tackle. And I know that this is something that often goes uncoached at times. It's something that people don't notice it until it's bad, okay? And so we're gonna look at two different things that we do backside. Okay, the first is going to be a backside tackle in zone, where you are going to scoop the down defender. Okay, we called it pull and overtake. All right, you're going to scoop and get around him. I've since switched to a piggyback technique on the backside, where my landmark's actually going to be my guard's near shoulder. I'm going to go so there's no gap between us, and then when my guard engages, I'm going to go up. Okay, I'm not worried about that today. Today I'm more worried about the footwork, getting around that first level defender, staying low, getting that arm through to give yourself to the next level, and then I'm going to pick an aiming point. And over here on my ottoman, my eyes are going to be on this outside shoulder here. Okay. And there's different ways to engage the linebacker. The most fun I ever had was when I was in the CFL, and we were told as a tackle, we ran a tackle toss play. I would pull around, and you would use your inside forearm. And I caught one of our safeties at the BC Lions one day in practice, and it was the best play I had all training camp. I wish I'd never gotten hurt during the first preseason game, but that's another story. Anyway, so you can aim with your forearm. You can go inside forearm, okay, to give yourself more surface area. All right, keep your shoulders from turning, or you can go inside hand, okay? The thing to remember, linemen and coaches, I'm gonna tell you because I know it's a fact, we often undercoach landmarks when it comes to blocking the second level, all right? Our guys know who they're getting, and they know they're stopping them from going in the direction of the ball, but they don't always think about the detail of it. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say that this part of the ottoman here, all right, that's going to be the outside shoulder of where I anticipate the linebacker is going to be. Okay, now if you don't have your offensive lineman do the hawk roll tackling and the Seahawk tackling and all of those drills, this is when I would have them do it, because we are looking for that near hip as our landmark. And if you can keep between the near hip and the ball, you're going to block them. Just like if I can keep my eyes on that near hip and stay in relation to the runner, I'm going to be able to make the tackle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up, all right, and I don't know if you can necessarily see me. We're in limited space here. I'm going to be a left tackle, okay? This is going to be, I'm going to make him a 2 technique, move him down a little bit so we can see a little better. There's not a lot of space right here, but this is quarantine. This is a quarantine drill right here, okay? So I'm going to be in my stance, okay, slow motion here. I'm going to pull, I'm going to step, 1, 2, okay? I am going to cross over. Some people might not want to. Okay, I'm going to cross over though, because I feel like I'm a pretty good athlete. 1, 2. Okay, I'm coming up here with my arm, all right, kind of scraping paint. If this guy engages me, I'm going to stay on him, and I'm going to ride him and keep him from getting up. I might even turn and box out, okay? There have been a lot of backside cut lanes are opened up when the tackle, instead of cutting, all right, if the tackle can get around that guy and box him off, because some tackles are basketball players, and you just see the running back run right in front of the tackle, and you're just here slamming on the brakes. All right, so again, I'm going to step, come through, all right, and then I'm going to come up, and I'm going to get to this outside landmark here, all right? I'll go through at full speed. I'm not looking, I want to be under control enough that I'm not going to knock over the ottoman. Okay, so here I go, say go. Okay, now I'm not really happy with the fact that I didn't touch this guy, all right? I need to scrape paint, I need to get through there. So let me do it again. Say go. Okay, and again, hopefully you have better technique than I do at my age and size and at this point of the workout, all right? Next thing we're gonna do is what we call a reach and hinge, all right? We still got our ottoman here, and we still have our chair, okay? I'm a left tackle. I'm gonna line up in my normal spot, okay? The chair is actually going to be behind me, because most of the time, this is where the defensive end is going to end up by the time I am engaged with him, all right? So, I am at left tackle. This is a 1 technique, a 2 technique, okay? It may be a 3 technique. I am taking 2 power steps down and getting a hand on him and making sure the center has his block, all right? After that, I'm going to take a bucket step to get back to this defensive end, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to engage him, and I'm going to pick him up and take him out of the picture in this drill, because often what I've found is when we backside hinge, okay, our tackles think about it almost like a pass play and not like it's a run play, and it might take time to develop, okay? For those of you that are just getting into play calling as coaches, all right, you have plays that hit quick, and you have plays that take time to develop. Usually when you are 2-step hinging, reach and hinging, you are doing some type of pull. The back is taking some type of stutter step, and it's going to take a little bit of time to develop because the guard has to get to the play, okay? That's usually what happens, all right? You need to think about that, all right? And this guy that's coming here is going to be flying in from the defensive end position, and you need to actually engage him and not just get a hand on him and not just, I mean, this is a chance right here, okay? If you are somebody that wants to come to Pancake City and get a pancake, all right, this two-step hinge, okay, dominate that defensive end, okay? Get your hands on him and drive him out of there. Let him know that he's not gonna chase down our power O from the backside. All right, he's not gonna hit our quarterback on the backside of a power option read. All right, and so like I said, I'm gonna line up even with the chair in front of it. I'm a left tackle. Okay, I'm gonna say set go, step down, and I'm gonna get back to it. All right. Again, you need to be prettier than I am. Okay, here we go again. All right, we're in power O. Set go, 1, 2. I'm secure. I'm back. All right. Just a simple drill you can do. Backside of power O. All right, and if you're not backside two-step or hinging, reach and hinging, and you get a lot of run through on the backside, holler at me. I'll help you figure it out. Okay. Okay, so this next drill we're going to do is something that I see people do all the time, using 45-pound plates. And you can go in different angles and do different things with it to work on your punch. But more than anything, I think that a lot of arguments that we have as O-line coaches come when one person is using a drill for one thing and another person is using the same drill, but thinking about a totally different skill that you're developing, okay? When I do this drill, I am working on strengthening my core, strengthening my shoulders, and strengthening my ability with my rotator cuffs and everything to hold on to a defender, all right? And one thing that O-line coaches you may have never thought of, if you have a left-handed player, put them on the right side of your line. They have to go there, all right? They have to go there because your inside hand's your most important one. There are so many people that think that I'm going to put my left-handed player on the left-handed side of the line so he can put his left hand down. That is not what you want, all right? Okay, and it's just put your right-handed guys on the left-handed side, put your left-handed guys on the right-handed side if you can do it, all right? Even if you think about a baseball player, okay? If I'm a left tackle, all right, I'm basically batting right-handed, and I'm stepping, okay? I'm kick sliding, just like I'm stepping in baseball, because if I'm right-handed, all right, if I'm right-handed, it has a lot to do with your dominant eye, more than it has to do with anything that you see. And what do you see? You see out of your left eye with your right eye here, you see the pitcher. You see out of your left eye with your right eye here, you see the defensive end, all right? Put your right-handed guys on this side. Put your left-handed guys on the right, okay? On baseball over here, it's just like a kick slide. And my left hand that's strong on the inside, that's the one that you gotta be strongest on. Even when you're run blocking, I'm usually blocking down, I'm here, or I'm blocking out, and I'm trying to push him outside, all right? That's it. Use your left hand, okay, on the right-hand side. So we're going to do this drill to strengthen our core, strengthen our shoulders, and really work on our ability to get distance with the defender, okay? So we're going to do 3 kicks and 3 powers with this chair. And you may have another item that's lighter, okay? I picked the chair because I can grip it right here just like I'm holding a 45-pound plate, okay? And so I'm going to be here, my shoulders are going to be forward, and I'm going to kick, punch, 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 power punch, power punch, power punch, okay? That is working my core, it's working my shoulders, it's working my arms. You can go laterally. You can do a lot of different things, okay? You can do it on your knees. I mean, you could be here, okay? Sometimes I like to imitate when I'm trying to focus on something. Sometimes I take the legs out of it, okay? Maybe just because the day of the week it's on, maybe because of what we've done in practice, I want to take the legs out of it. So I might have my left knee down, my right leg up, and this is going to be a similar hip posture to what you are in your stance and in your kick slide. So I might be here, and it might be working on punches like this. Okay, that's one way. Or it might be throwing the ball at the wall and catching it, or having somebody throw it to you. All right? Be creative with these things, but there's an idea for you. And lighten it as much as you need to, and make it tougher as much as you need to. So again, the next thing that I want to address, I don't necessarily have the best camera angle. I got my dog and my dinosaur back there again holding the camera. And what happens quite a bit when you are a team, especially if you run power option, okay, or power O, or any type of GT, something where the center back blocks, you are going to run into the problem sometimes where you're going to face a stud head up technique, or one technique shade, or two technique, that once you engage, if you take a bad angle at all, they are going to spin off of you to the play. All right? And the thing that we do to combat that is backside arm. All right? So let's say I'm the center, play is running to the right. Okay, I am blocking the back block here. If that guy tries to go over the top of me, I'm going to take my left arm and throw an uppercut and try to get in front of him and seal him off. And then I can just run with him down the field on my backside all the way to the end zone with the running back, okay? And so today what I decided to do was I got my ottoman again, all right? And I'm going to be the center. I'll use my basketball again because it has a lot less potential to breaking something than football. So I'm going to be the center, and I'm going to line up to the ottoman so that my aiming point is this corner of the ottoman, okay? And what I'm saying is that the defensive lineman's out here, and when he comes back in, I'm going to meet at this point, all right? But like we said before, he's going to figure out that it's power O, or I took a bad angle, and he's going to go this direction, all right? And all I'm going to do is engage, and then backside arm here, all right? And I'm going to stay low with it because I'm using the ottoman so that I can focus on staying low, all right? And so I can be as wide as you want it to be. If you want to work a one technique or you want to work a head up, you can do that and try to get your hips around and backside arm, okay? I'm going to work as if they are like a inside shade of the guard here, okay? So I'm at center. All right, call out the mic. 55 is the mic. Wait, 44 is the mic. It's Dan Morgan. He's going to destroy you. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to get here to snap. I'm going to say set go. I'm going to step, and then I'm going to get upfield. All right? Just real simple like that. Okay? I'm going to rep it, and then I'll go the other way. Okay, but right now I'm going to stay it this way. Okay, I'm at center. 44 is the mic. So go. All right? And that's the best thing you can do to simulate in a quarantine a nose or a one technique that's going to spin off of your back block. Okay, you would do it the other way. It'd be beautiful. All right? So if you have a center that struggles with that, work on that. Now, the other thing I would work on, if I'm a center, I'm going to get my ball again. Okay? I am going to work on shortening the gap between the time I snap the ball to the time that my offhand engages the defender. Okay? I'm not saying to cheat. I'm saying to use that offhand so that when that ball is snapped, you are already locked into the defender. And that can be on a run, that can be on a pass, all right? So you can do that from your knees, if you want to, put your ottoman up against the couch so that you have something pushing against the back. And it might just be as simple as, okay, taking the ball, working that offhand, okay? If I'm gonna run, all right, then I might want to be in a stance, okay? All right, let's say that I'm running zone to the left, okay? I'm gonna snap it so that I can get in on him while the ball's still going out. All right, so, okay? The sooner you get your hand on the defender, the better off you're going to be. And if you can give a jarring blow right off the bat, you give yourself a huge advantage. Guards, same thing goes for you, okay? If I'm pass blocking and that guy is on me, all right, no matter what kind of game they're gonna run, I am going to punch the bejesus out of them on that initial snap. Because if you can jar him and slow him down, he can't get into you. You might punch and reset, okay? So like, let's say I'm a guard here, all right? Okay, and you might set this up, again, leaning against the couch so when you punch it, it doesn't fall over too far. But when you pass set as a left guard, all right, okay, I'm gonna punch. I'm gonna get my hands on them as quickly as I can, and I'm gonna stay low, and I'm gonna look at what the situation is. Is he going inside or outside? Well, I got that punch in. I've stopped his momentum. And hopefully that's something that can help you as well. Getting that punch in, okay? Tackles. If you face a defensive end that likes to give you handcuffs, all right? Which means that he comes in and you punch and he tries to grab your wrists. There are guys out there making a living off of this, okay? There are a lot of different things you can do, all right? One thing I always did, I threw in a fake quick punch all the time. And once I figured out how to use my hands separately, okay, what I would do is I would kick and I'd throw my hands out there, and when he went to swipe him, I'd pull back and get my right hand in there. All right, I'd get my right hand in there to get where I want to be, okay? Or, all right, if I can really be patient, I'm gonna throw that left hand out there with my shoulders square and make him make a move. When he swipes at it or tries to grab it, I pull it back and I can come back underneath here. All right? There are a lot of different things that you can do with your hands. And again, when you are a tackle, study your defensive end. How do they pass rush? How do they use their hands? Okay? When you're a guard, do they have a different foot back if they're going to do a game? Or can you tell if they're going to bull rush you or not? Okay, center, work on getting that snap hand back and back to use, but also use that offhand as much as you can. All right? So guys, that's going to finish up today. If you guys like this and this gets enough play, and you know people utilize it, then I'll make another one, because I have a ton of drills that I can do in the house, and these are just some of them. And I really appreciate you guys checking it out. You know, this is Football Friday because of the new NCAA rule, and I'm just giving some drills. All right. May God bless you guys, and enjoy your weekend. And thank you for checking this out.
Yeah, it's Prezi.
Perfect.
Yeah. I know we taking a dub, cause I've been dying to win. We champions, we champions. Eyes on the prize, cause I know that it is mine to win. We champions, we champions. I know we taking a dub, cause I've been dying to win. We champions.